Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Taylor, and I'm the owner and founder of Taylor Candle & Co., a luxury home fragrance brand that promotes self-care through unique scents. So this isn't going to be like your normal podcast. I really wanted to share my experiences as a candle maker, as an entrepreneur, as a Black woman, as, someone who still also has a regular corporate job and, that is paying for her side hustle and, her dreams and such. So I really just wanted to share my journey. So welcome, buckle up, and I'm going to give you the real raw of everything that I've been through and everything that I'm still going through and what it's like getting to this point. And yeah, so just buckle up for this journey. So first thing I want to start off with is thank you for being here, because this is my first podcast ever. And I know it's not going to be perfect. And I've always been the type of person to try to perfect things before it's done. But yeah, you just got to make do with what you have. And if it's on your mind, you need to just go ahead and publish it and, just get it out there, because you never know the feedback. If someone's going through the same things, it could resonate with them. So whatever. So this is my reasoning for just doing this, because I want to. And I love YouTube. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't always show my face on YouTube. And I know I'm not going to be consistent that way. And I think podcasts just really resonate better. So anyways, so I had a very, very long, drawn out, dry year for 2021. So there's a lot of things that I can kind of think back on and maybe think about okay, did I go wrong here? What happened there? I don't know. But just doing a lot of comparing from 2020 to 2021 and where I want to be for 2022 is kind of discouraging in a way. I'm also thinking back to the point where, because I did have a rebrand the beginning of 2021. And I really wanted this rebrand because I really wanted to stand out from other candle brands and candle makers and small businesses. I had a vision for what I wanted. That vision came to life. I executed it in a beautifully way. Excuse me. But I just don't know if my Lux turn or transformation, my Lux transformation was able to be conveyed the way that I needed it and I wanted it to be to my my regular customers. So I think that kind of somewhat maybe hindered me, but it hindered me in a way that it was different. It was a risk, definitely so, but it made me feel more comfortable and more confident in my product, because it was something that I literally built from the ground up, especially with even having new vessels. We call jars vessels. So I had new vessels, new labels. I was using dust lids. Everything about the packaging and the experience was luxury. And that's what I wanted for my brand. But I think there might have been a disconnect also. And, it's also just trying to reach a new audience. That is it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. No one talks about it. No one talks about the times where you got bills to pay with your business bills, and you can't even cover that because you didn't make enough sales for that month or that week or whatever it may be. And there was a lot of dry times during that moment. And I was just trying to wrap my mind and my head around what the hell is going on? Where did I go wrong? What is it? And I also thought about it too, I raised my prices, in which I'm very firm on why my price is my price. And there's also been an increase from what it was last year till now. But me changing the price from my candles, maybe that could have been the thing. Maybe people weren't as interested anymore because they weren't the price that they originally bought them for. But you know what? The price is going to go up regardless. I mean, right now, my prices are fair. And I am very content and I'm at peace with my price, because my price is my price. With all the tender love and care that I put into a candle. And just me all the love and all the packaging and the luxury, like that is all an experience. And I'm putting my heart and my soul not only into the candle, but into the candle making and the process and the experience of it. So my price is my price. But there's just so many other factors that could have played a part about why it did not scale as large as I thought it was for the year of 2021. I want to also highlight the fact that shout out to Shopify. I love Shopify. That's what I use for my website, but they sent me an email. Mind you, I already knew that my like Black Friday sales weren't going to be the best. I knew that. It's bad to say that, but I knew because my year was so shitty. It was so shitty. And I was just like, if I get Black Friday customers, I am appreciative no matter what, because they're supporting me, even if it's just on Black Friday. But also, I know that they may not be the same customers that are there, a month or 2 months from now or 3 months from now, because they were only in it just to get a Black Friday sale. But you know what? I was okay. I was okay with that. So, had Black Friday, that did not that did not go as well as I thought it was again. And me just still trying to, talk to God like, God, what is going on? What do I need to do? What do you need me to do? Where am I? Like, let's connect somehow. But so Shopify sent me an email and they were just like, Taylor Candle & Co., your numbers for Black Friday 2021. And it was so sad. It was so sad. Like, I think I literally opened the email and I was just laughing because I knew it was just shitty. I knew the numbers were low. There was no engagement. There was no click rates. There was no, like, anything. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, they literally compared it from 2020 to 2021. And I'm like, oh, okay. But, it's a learning lesson. It's a learning lesson. Like, it'll humble you. It'll humble you because just as much as success that I had in 2020 and such, I mean, don't get me wrong. I had success in 2021 as well, but I did not reach and attain the sales and the consistency that I wanted to in 2020. I'm just being completely honest. And I think it also had to do with the climate of the world. Of course, pandemic, everybody getting PPP loans. Everybody has these, easy ways to get money. And the stimulus checks, those were coming out like every other month. So, people were just sitting on money. And also there were a lot of social injustices that was going on. And there was a lot of people who were just trying to support Black. And I think, my business is one of the businesses that got caught up in that. And it was highlighted in a lot of ways, which I'm very thankful for. But, once that movement dies down and goes back under the rug, everything else does too. And I'm not entirely blaming it on that. Those are just my opinions and my thoughts and just me analyzing from each year what could have been different and what changes were made. So I say all this to say, don't give up. Don't give up. I literally, like a couple weeks ago, nothing was clicking when it comes to content for my business. Nothing was clicking. I'm a social media manager for my 9-to-5 job as well. And I was just feeling so defeated and so frustrated, not only from that job, but just with my business too. It was just like they were going hand in hand with one another. And it was just so much buildup of not wanting to do anything. And I felt defeated, and it was like a really ugly feeling. Like I even considered, like, is this candle making for me? Like, it was to that point. It was really to that point. And I'm like, no, like God wouldn't have given me this vision to not do anything with it. I mean, he never said it was going to be easy, but like, I feel like candle making and being a businesswoman and doing all the things that I'm doing right now, like this is essentially what I'm destined to do. and I've seen the ugly sides of the business so far. I've seen the highest of the highs and I've seen the lowest of the lows. And even though I've seen the lowest of the lows, like my heart, my mind, my soul, like everything is still in this game, you know? Like, how dare I even think to want to give up when I initially started my candle business, like my mom was fighting cancer. Like, how dare I want to give up something that was so near and dear to my heart when I first started it and helped me through the most trying times of my life? Like, how dare I? So I'm just really relying on my why, you know, why I got started, what motivated me, why am I in this position right now? Why did I even think of candles? You know, like just really reprogramming my mind to think about my why and keep that in the back of my head. And there are lots of slow days. My slow days actually was still lingering until like 2022. Like when I had that little emotional breakdown, that was just a couple of weeks ago, if we're being completely honest, and no one knew. Because, you know, I'm a very private person. So I really just try to keep everything bottled up, and that can be a blessing and a curse. But through me, you know, sticking to myself and trying to figure it out, like I was really just talking to God because I was tired of straining my brain and myself and trying to figure it out by myself, knowing that I didn't have to, you know? So, had that very great, tearful conversation with God, and he was just like, you know, like, think about your why. I didn't give this to you for no reason. You ain't no quitter. I didn't raise no quitter. And I didn't ordain you to have this business just to quit. You know, like this isn't in your blood. This is not the way that I raised you. This is not what I have destined for you and is for your will. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep pressing on. And all I can say is that whatever, if you're, you know, a small business owner, big business owner, whatever it is, entrepreneur in itself, like God will literally humble you. Like he'll let you see the highs of the highs and lows of lows. He'll humble you in that aspect. But he'll also make you hungrier for more, because I had that little emotional breakdown, and my hunger to do so much more and to be so much better than what I am doing each and every day for my business is just like 20, 30, 50 times. And I think that just comes from me knowing that every day is not going to be an amazing day. Every day is not going to be, 3 to 5 orders in a day, or the week is not going to have that many orders. It's going to come when it comes. But it's just the fact of realizing and knowing and being a better person each and every day, regardless of what the outcome is. Sales are a livelihood of, small businesses, but I'm changing my mind and reprogramming my mind that, to not think so much on sales. Think about what types of content you're giving. Are you giving education? Are you giving awareness? Are you letting people know why they need, Taylor Candle & Co. products, or why they need a wig trimmer? Just giving them something that they can benefit from, and then letting that be something that can be sold in itself. So it's a lot of learning. I've learned so much. I'm barely even 2 years old in the game. I'll be 2 years old on April 1st. Woo, woo. We're going to have a little celebration. But I've learned so much, and I'm still learning so much about myself. And I had the opposite, right, of like a typical small business. The typical small business, it takes them a while to even get their foot in the door with some things, and it just takes forever. And then they finally hit that peak, and then they peak, and then, but that's at, like the 3 to 4, 5 year mark. And then after that, that's when they can scale and do so much. But for me, I was able to hit the ground running, and I was blessed enough to really have that hungriness that I'm feeling right now. and like didn't even worry about anybody else, any other candle makers or any other businesses or the no's or the doubters or the naysayers. Like I literally just went in blind and got the job done no matter what. And from that, for me, just literally putting it all out there, I was able to see like so much in that small amount of time in that year that I accomplished. And then literally the next year, it was gone just like that. So, I'm blessed that the things that are happening to me right now, that they're happening to me that the way that they should, because if this is not the journey that I'm to be on, then I don't know what else to say. God literally makes it happen for a purpose and for a reason. And who am I to question why it's happening the way it does? But it's all about my response to why it's happening and then what's happening and how I can pivot and how I can be better. So there's a lot of growth that's been happening, a lot of changes from within, you know, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm at peace with that. But now is game time and let's eat because I'm hungry.